today. You've got one life to live. Love yourself, be kind to others, break free and let your spirit soar. Empower life with Cleopatra will help you awaken the best version of you. Empower life with Cleopatra. Oh, 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 oh. Empower life with Cleopatra. Oh, 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 oh.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Honestly, I am so excited and impressed with my royals. I mean, you guys joined, like some people joined an hour before, and then they realized that, okay, it's still a bit too early. And then they now came up and now they're back on again. And some people have been waiting. So thank you. And a big shout out to those who have been waiting. Bumi, thank you so much for waiting. Robin, hi, hilarious pets, everyone who's joining. Honestly, wow, it's gonna be a good one tonight, and I'm so glad you guys are just as excited as I am. So wherever you are, I greet you again. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Guys, tonight we are going to do something a little bit different, and this is going to be happening once every month going forward from now on. Okay, we're going to be doing it once every month. So welcome to another episode of Empower Life with Cleopatra. This is a show where we open our minds, we heal our hearts, and we empower lives one story at a time. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, and tap the notification bell, okay? And then join our amazing global family of change makers who are redefining what it means to live well, live free, and live empowered. We don't just talk about issues, we transform them. So every episode is packed with real conversations, expert insights, and life changing truths to help you rise above challenges and step boldly into your purpose. And today, we are diving into a topic that affects millions of people worldwide: arthritis. Whether you've been diagnosed, know someone living with it, or simply want to protect your health, today's show is for you. We are going to break it all down, from what arthritis really is and how it starts, how to prevent it, and how the best remedies that truly make a difference can and may work for you. And, tonight we have a very special guest who is going to help us to break this all down, and he's going to explain it in the most simplified ways so that you are all informed and you can ask the right questions. And like I said, it's the right questions. Please put something in the chat. If you have any questions whatsoever, this is your show. So ask all the questions. Dr. Sonny is here to answer those questions. So tonight I have a visionary, a pioneer in the world of holistic wellness, Dr. Sonny Ahonsi. He is the founder of the London BioNatural and Wellness Clinic and the School of Bionatural Medicine. With over 40 years of entrepreneurial experience, he's recognized as a pioneer in digital wellness, integrative medicine, and health equity. His work beautifully blends ancient healing wisdom with cutting edge technologies like redox signaling and digital diagnostics to promote total well being. Inspired by a deeply personal healthcare crisis, Dr. Ahonsi created the groundbreaking concept, doctor in your pocket, hospital in your home, revolutionizing how people access care. Through his clinic and global network, he empowers people to achieve both optimal health and financial independence, redefining wellness as a state of empowered living. Dr. Ahonsi, it's just such an honor to have you tonight. Honestly, it's such an honor. So welcome. And my royals, please welcome Dr. Ahonsi to the show. Welcome. He's going to take it away right now. So I'm just going to leave him to continue and just take it away. So welcome, Dr. Ahonsi, to the show. Dr. Ahonsi, we cannot hear you. Let me see.
I
Okay,
did
we
that.
can hear you now.
I
Yeah,
did
we
that
can hear
on
you now.
purpose because that's
Okay.
exactly what arthritis does to the human body. And what we're going to be doing right now is exactly how I've livened the whole show so that you can all hear me and you see exactly what it is, why it does exist, and what action you can take. And for me to actually come live for the Queen Cleopatra to hear me and for all of you, the audience around the globe, I have to take action by pressing the right button. So you need to press the right button in order to see what action to be taken. But I just want to open the platform for every single person on this particular show today. Yeah, you see me very enthusiastic, but arthritis is not an enthusiastic pain that affects the human body. It's an excruciating pain. And it affects over 500 million people. But at the medical school, my professor used to say, if you have any statistics in terms of the number of people that have been affected, it's a multiplied by a factor of 3. Why 3? Well, the 530 million are the one that have been diagnosed. You have another 500 million that have not even gone through any diagnosis, any analysis of any sort. And you have another 500 or plus million that they're not even aware that they're actually suffering from it. So that's about 1.5 billion people around the globe. Of the 8 billion people we have, that's almost a third. That's quite a lot, right? What exactly is arthritis? What exactly is it? I call it the disease A. Is it inflammation? Is it pain that affect our joints? It can be one joint. It can be multiple joints around all our body. And there are various types of all the different arthritis that affect the human body, but they all follow exactly the same trajectory. What did they actually, what was this pattern they've actually undertaken? You got painful joints, stiff joint, swelling, tingling, readiness, you name it. But what they actually do, they bring about a lot of discomfort to our body and to our system. You have the lupus, you have the arthritis, you have the gout, you have the arthritis, you have the reactive, juvenile, infectious, and rheumatoid. All of they're all different types of arthritis, but they have one common goal. You know what that goal is? The excruciating pain to the sufferer at all time. What are some of the causes? What are the factors leading to somebody suffering from? According to the Pace Hospital, it says that it did depend on the type of the condition and the environment that we actually live in. But it actually is a part of the wear and tear of our body, of our joints. This could be auto due to autoimmune condition, or it could be as a result factor of our environment or abnormal metabolism, so that our food processes and waste are really disjointed and so forth. It could be due to you just sustained an injury, you tripped over something in the home, or an accident that happens, and that could trigger any arthritis. And it is really degenerative in the process. And it could also be as a result of the weak point in our muscles, in our orthopedics, entity and environment. It could be as a result of because we are overweight, we are obese. So there's so many risk factors leading to this condition of we suffering from arthritis. But today, we want to explore all of that. Let me just make this clear, quite categorically. I'm not here on this line to provide you with consultations and medication. That's not what I'm here for. I am here to provide you with the information that can help you to keep on exploring. And also, hopefully, you'll be able to come back to me on a consultative capacity privately. But today, this is generic to provide information in terms of what this condition is all about. And we do have solution for you with our medical team all over the world. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that comforting? That somebody has solution for any condition that you may be suffering from. What are some of the risk factors? What are some of the contributing factors leading to suffering from this excruciating conditional, I call it conditional, pains in this part of our body? Aging. Yes, the older you are, the more likely that you may suffer from arthritis in different forms. Some people are overweight. Yeah, they are on a sedentary activity all the time in one place, in one condition. Gender could also be women, scientifically, clinically have been proven to have more exposed to more pain than men for some reason. Maybe it's due to childbirth and the monthly cycle they go through. There's no any scientific discovery at the moment that actually proving why more women, more than about 10% more than men, suffering from this particular condition. It could be hereditary or genetics, but it doesn't necessarily follow that because your mom or your dad have been subject to this condition that you're likely going to be subjected to it. Not likely. It's not. It doesn't predispose that because your parent had it, you're going to have it because your lifestyle could be fundamentally different from those of your parent. It could be an environmental factor. It could be even the condition in your own home, the way your home is structured and clustered. And do you know, even when you have a clustered environment, that can actually result to pain because it becomes part of the emotional factor that can affect. Or it could be due to autoimmune disorder. What exactly is autoimmune disorder? Because you're going to be hearing this again and again and again throughout this presentation. Autoimmune disorder is when your body is working against its own molecule, is working against its own self. Isn't that crazy? The body now, when you're producing and when the cells are producing the molecules, are transporting the molecule through our whole body, your body attacks it as if it's a foreign object. Yes, there are some reasons why that actually occurs, autoimmune disorders. Most of the condition of arthritis is actually due to, majority of them is due to autoimmune disease, but obviously there are other factors we've already mentioned. Or you have injured, or there are infections due to bacterial infection, fungal infection. All of that, as the name applies, it infects from one part and it spreads the other part of the body. That's why sometimes you have in your hand here and it go to the ankle here, then it go to your shoulder, then it go to your hips, it go to your legs. But generally, and in broad terms, it's always good to take medical advice. Seek what your doctor is going to give you. So early diagnosis and early intervention, they all combined help that can reduce and produce fantastic results in the process. What are the preventative strategies? Well, the prevention is really take the first step. The moment you feel any telltale sign of being suffering from any sort of joint or link disorder, take medical advice. Go to your doctors and make sure you challenge your doctor. Get to the result of it. Don't just take a no for an answer to say, "Oh yeah." You say, "No, doctor, I think this is what I actually feel." If possible, you take a second and a third. Yeah, we are your second hand to clap with your own GP. You know, in Jamaica, there's a saying that one hand can't clap, no matter how hard you try. Yeah. Allow you to demonstrate that you clap with your one hand. Yeah. Do it really fast and do it very, very slowly. Can you hear any cause and effect? No. But when you bring in the other hand, which is relatively you think is inferior to the other one that you feel is superior, guess what happens now? There's a cause, there's an effect. We are your second hand. We work together. That's why we work in an integrative environment. Our clinic is called an integrative clinic, which means we bring together combination of different health clinical intervention, and we use to support humanity wherever they are around the globe. And I'm also going to illustrate it with this glass of water. Your body is dehydrated, and what you suffer from when you're suffering, when you're going through dehydration, a lot, you know. At the medical school, we're told that human, as we are, we can live for 21 days without food. Just water for 21 days, we will still be alive. But we will not be alive after 3 days without water. Total dehydration, and we're gone. The same way, we cannot stay more than 3 minutes without oxygen. We are totally gone. Same way, we cannot stay for more than 1 second without our cells communicating, regulating, and also managing our whole body system. Some of us suffer from condition of arthritis is because it's cellular dysfunction. If I take my water right now, what happens? That's my medication for dehydration. Isn't that amazing? So, do we have a way where we can prevent and control and manage the condition of arthritis, this particular disorder? Yes. We have so many interventions. We have the conventional, orthodox way of managing, but I'm going to explain the different interventional approaches. Some of them that had a lot of side effect, and some of them that are actually based on natural, clinically approved products that can deal with some of these conditions in a very effective way. Remember what we are, School of BioNatural. We are in support of allopathic intervention, the Western-based medicine, and also other options. I don't call them the alternative, because which one is the alternatives? Is it the Western-based, or is it the other option that we have through the Chinese, through the Ayurvedic, through the African, through the Indian? Which one? But I just call them the natural way of dealing with it, because these interventions do not involve any side effect, and they do not involve any sort of synthetic, right? But other one that NISD or CIDs, yes, they can produce results in terms of medication, but do they have steroid? Do they have all the other, yes, the anti-inflammatory, but do they have other side effects? These are some of the ones we're going to explore. Then in the conclusion, you are the boss. You will have to make decisions. My professor at the medical school will always say, you are the one that has, you are the only one that has, listen to this, responsibility of your own health. You are the only one that has that authority, not your doctor. The doctor is only there as a guidance to be able to guide you and to make even suggestion, because this day you can actually challenge the doctors. You say, look, doctor, I don't think this is really good for me. And this is all based on to information that we know now. And doctor used to be like parent to children in many, many years ago, but it's no longer the case. You can challenge the status quo in terms of the preventative strategy that you can put in place in dealing with these particular medical conditions. Yes, there are. But today, remember what we're doing here is to give you and explore all the strategic stepping stones in terms of dealing with these particular conditions. So, what are some of the preventative strategies we just mentioned? Right, it might be too little for some of you, but next time I think I'm going to put it each and every one of them in bold. Yeah, Cleopatra, you might actually want to actually expand the screen so that people can possibly read some of the
I'm
information.
gonna try.
Yes, of course. Life is all about try at all point
You
in
will
time. Yes.
see.
It's
Okay,
a
let me
little
see if I
bit
can try
better.
another one.
It's a little bit better now. And in fact, if you can just augment it a little bit
No,
else,
this is as far as I can go with that, doctor.
then
So I
our
think
lovely
they'll
audience, our
they'll make
lovely
do.
audience or audiences, because we have range of different people here, old, young like me. I just turned 21 today, 21 years old. I am today. So, isn't that really amazing? So, old or young or matured or different stages of life, we can see some of the things that actually tells us, as you know, yeah, this is what Pace Hospital is saying. Well, as the saying goes, prevention is better. But I will also add, prevention is also cheaper than cure. Because if you have taken the preventative strategy in the first place, then the situation would not have occurred, right? Now, let's look into some of the preventative steps that we can take. Avoid too much alcohol, right? It goes without saying. Why is that? Because the alcoholic intake can slow down the metabolic processes and it can do the sciences and it can equally affect your cellular performance. Yeah, everything that we do, everything that affects us depends on our cell. We have over 75 trillions of these cells, and it is highly, highly impossible in a process. Other ways that we can actually is having a sedentary, sitting down in one place all day long watching the television. If even you do not have work to do, you are retired, go for a walk 10, 15 minutes. You don't have to go to the gym, like me, every single day going to the gym. Because when you get to my age in your 40, 50, and 60, sometimes strenuous activity, explosive activity can actually be damaging to your own, your bones and your cells and everything else. Gentle physical activity that can involve about walking, even around the home or along the street, just physical activity of all different forms and shapes. So rather than driving a car to the next shop to go and buy some shopping from, yeah, you take a walk. Take a walk in the park with your loved one, if you have one. If not, and work with the community in a process that could equally reduce, because it's all about circulation, it's all about oxygen transportation, it's all about passing through the molecular performance in your whole body so that your body is active and your body is actually carrying all the oxygens and all the marrow through the brain and through the whole body system. Your molecule going through water, salt, blood, all of that flowing through, oxygen coming out, waste product going through your lymphatic system. That's what the whole body is all about. The body needs to be put in a position of what is called homeostasis, balanced. Once your body is balanced, you really have a situation of where your immune system is optimized, your cardiovascular, your digestive, and all the other systems are in line, and you remain healthy and happier in the process. What are all the other things? Well, on what I've just sent to you here, put those into practice and discuss it with your family physician to say, oh, this is what Dr. Sunny has actually mentioned. Is it really true? I know he will not or she will not disagree with me, because that's exactly what the processes are in order for us to maintain healthy condition. Always remember, prevention is better and cheaper than cure. You can always present your questions on the chat box, and we'll take those questions in a moment in terms of what the situation really is. What are some of the treatment in terms of dealing with arthritis? Well, in a very broad terms, there are two types of interventions when we're dealing with arthritis for treatment. One, you have the orthodox base, which is based on chemical, and those two chemical driven also have divided into two parts. You have the steroid modified strategy, then you have the non-steroid strategy. Then on the other hand, you have the natural intervention, which I'm going to also talk about. Remember, I am an integrative doctor. I look into the body as a holistic one whole soul. And within one whole soul is what was best. Is it giving you ibuprofen, or is it to give you a herbal approach to medical management? Which one is which, right? So in the medical world, yes, there are different narratives. If you go to the herbalist, it will say to you, oh yeah, drink as many herbal tea, drink as many herbal stuff, this and that. Are there dangers in those? Yes. There are dangers even for the natural intervention, because you might take too much that will have a reaction. Or if you go to the Western-based intervention, there is a lot of steroid, there is a lot of what will I say now? Side effects that can define and undermine your immune capability. Ah, that's crazy, isn't it? Because once your immune capability is actually suppressed, then that can affect your whole body welfare. And if you have too much in terms of overdose of the natural intervention, that could equally work adversely against you. So everything has to be measured, and they need to be understood in the context of health and wellness. So I'm coming from the angle of health and wellness, not in the angles of medical. Yeah. I practiced medical a long time ago, but today I'm actually practicing more on overall body functionality, health and wellness, foundational health, I would call it, or molecular health in the process. The treatment, yeah, you got the anti-inflammatory drugs, right? This anti-inflammatory drug, I said to you, is actually the what I call the steroid. Yeah, it's called the NAIDS. The NAIDS, which is nice, it is simply about the non-steroid. Yeah, non-steroid intervention. Some of you, I mean, sometimes when you're suffering quite a lot of pain, you go to the doctor, they will give you ibuprofen, right? Have you ever seen that? Or any other sort of non steroid intervention. Yeah, you take some of those. What do they actually do? Well, what do they actually do quite a lot of work, but the solution they provide is very limited and very short-lived, because they only deal with the symptom and they cannot get into the root cause of the problem. And a few minutes later, the situation will repeat itself, will resurface, because you have not been able to get into the grassroots of all of that. But in the meantime, it's already deposited steroid into your own system. And what's the part of what that steroid does? The steroid, yes, as far as it activates your cell, but it can actually cause some damaging effect in terms of weakening your cell and the performance of those cells in the process. But that becomes a double-edged sword, doesn't it? If they are really chronic arthritis, like rheumatoid or like a juvenile, they're really severe cases. Your doctor may prescribe you with steroid laden intervention. Wow. When it's a steroid, believe me, anything could happen. They could have a lot of drastic impact on you by reducing that inflammation and inflamed condition, but they could have severe consequences in terms of how our cells and compromise our immune capabilities. So this is very, very important. And when your immune system is compromised, then your autoimmune by body fighting against itself increased in the process. So it's all about balancing all of these for you to be able to see how you can achieve a balanced homeostasis condition. That's the aim. And that's the aim of this particular presentation, the information you're hearing today. So that when you send us information, we can do detailed analysis and diagnosis and revision in terms of what could be happening to you on an individual basis. Because case by case, we are all very different. Our body function differently. Our biochemistries are very different. And our biomolecular physiologies are very different. The way they will respond, the hormonal imbalances, all of that are very different from two different people. It can even be even Simon twins. Yeah, that's how close some of these can be in terms of differentiation and in terms of adaptability and possibility of what could affect our own body. So the fact that it happened to mom and dad and my sister and my brother doesn't mean that it's going to happen to you. And the way you respond are fundamentally different in the process. That's why we at School of BioNatural, we have to take it case by case in order to understand exactly, and this require confidential individual consultation, not on a group. This platform today is all about giving you the the general broad view of about arthritis and the impact it could have in our human body. So, Patrick, I think we can move on to the next one so that the audience will be able to see exactly what are the, we've already talked about the intervention, medication, and you also have therapy. With medication, we already mentioned some of the medication that we can apply in terms of dealing with this managing the arthritis. Yeah, you got the steroid and non-steroid. But how about in terms of looking into other avenue? Well, we have occupational therapy. And we also had the physiotherapy. Some people can actually go to the physiotherapists and the massage. And but I have a gel which this gel does a lot of miracles. But again, I'm not here to prescribe anything because I'm not in favor in terms of partiality. And I will have a disclaimer. If you buy this gel or you go through this therapy, I will be paid that so much and all rest of it. So there will be total and full disclaimer. But I'm always going to give you what works for my previous client and my current client. Yeah, that's what the way it is. Remember, the hypocritical oath is do no harm. And every medical practitioner or healthcare professional, which I'm a healthcare professional, I'm not medical, I'm a healthcare professional. Yeah, I don't want to consider myself to be medical. I want to be considered to be a healthcare professional because that's what you really need. Doctors, they want to be healthcare professionals. Yeah, they might be driven with different other forces, but I am not driven because I remain resolute. My oath is all about do no harm. If I know something is dangerous for you, no matter how much beneficial impact it's going to have on me financially, I would never ever recommend it. Yes, some of us as medical team, we work against our will by giving things that we know that's not. But that's a totally different subject we're going to be talking about on another day. Today, we are talking about what is arthritis, how can you prevent it, what are the remedies available. Yeah, is that clear? Is that fair enough? Yes, of course.
That's fair enough. Doctor, before we carry on,
Mm,
I just want to quickly, there are a few questions that have come in already,
mhm,
right?
mm.
Ryan is asking, first of all, Bumi, thank you very much for your comment. She says, a balanced hormone system is needed by me. That's why I'm here. Bumi, we're
Good.
going to address quite a few other things, and maybe the doctor will also address this balanced hormone system as well.
Yep.
Brian was also asking, is alcohol consumption advised, um, or is it advised to cut it off completely or take sparingly? I'm specifically referring to wine with meals. So does that affect arthritis?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say this quite categorically. Anything you do in moderation, alcohol has its own, it's a stimulant, right? It has its own benefit to the human body. Overconsumption is good. Even for food, if you eat food too much, it's bad for you, right? Alcohol with meal, it can bring a lot of rejoicing, a lot of emotional and hormonal balance to the human body. Don't get drunk. Don't do it to the excessive. If you can avoid it completely and take other what I call the sky liquid. What is the sky liquid? Water. Yeah, it's even better. I take alcohol myself, but very, very sparingly. And when I know it is there to reactivate, rejuvenate, and create an environment of happiness, right? Happy time. Yeah, you always have a happy hour, right? Because you see, when your body is joyful, sometimes that could solve quite a lot of emotional discomfort, and emotional discomfort can result to debilitating conditions at the same time. So yes, for the question here, alcoholic consumption is bad if you take it to the extreme, but when you take it occasionally in moderation, you're happy. And
Okay.
it will also support your sleep if you don't take it excessively. But if you take it excessively, it might make you to sleep in a very short time. Then in the middle of the night, you wake up, you cannot even sleep at all because your body has gone through degenerative mode at that point in time. So you wake up the following morning, you're weak, you're druggery, and your body had not been able to sufficiently process the restorative health in the process because it's the body. Remember, it is not the alcohol, it's not the medicine you're taking, it's the body that does the work in a restorative fashion, in a rejuvenative fashion, and in upbuilding fashion. It's the body that does it, not anything that you take into it. But the body can only perform how it is resourced. If you resource it negatively with a lot of too much alcohol, you have a lot of negative impact. If you resource it with too much meat or whatever it is, it will react in the same way. If you drink too much water, even, right, it will equally result to a negative. It's all about balance to make sure that your whole body system function in proportion.
Okay. Okay. Another question before you we continue with the slides. So, can untreated arthritis lead to other serious health issues down the line?
Absolutely. Let's just take a lupus. Lupus, what's a lupus arthritis? Well, the lupus arthritis can actually develop if any form of arthritis. I mean, there are about 5, 6, 7, 8 different categories of arthritis, right? From the mild one to a very serious one. If they are checked and diagnosed early and treatment are taken, preventative steps are taken, they will help the body to function. Remember, it's all about cellular function. It's all about supporting yourself. When they are discovered early, diagnosed early, and you take preventative steps early, yes, fantastic. But If they are not, if that intervention is not taken, it can progress into things like diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular issue. Is spread because don't forget the body is one system, and anything that affects any part of the system will affect the whole body. So early detection, early diagnosis, and early intervention helps. And this is why we are here at School of BioNatural, to make sure we provide you the right unbiased. Remember what we are? We are an integrated system of healthcare. We're not about profit. We're all about you as human, how your body can be optimized to improve your immune capability and live healthier and a longer life. I hope that helps.
That helps. Thank you. So we can carry on with the rest of the presentation now before the other questions. There's so many more questions coming.
No, there was one that talks about, I know that's not what we're talking about here today, Dr. There was one that actually I saw flash on the menstrual condition. I can deal
Yes.
with that one also before I move on. Not a problem.
Okay. Okay. So you want me to read it out for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, it says, I have had this irregular menstrual cycle on and off. When I visited the hospital, they said it was premenopausal syndrome and that it is far worse than postmenopausal syndrome or postmenopause syndrome. The flow was so bad before I turned 50. Now it is on and off, irregular and unpredictable. I am now 51. I am scared. What should I expect again? Now it is coming monthly again after ceasing for a few weeks. Is there a remedy?
Okay. Okay, let's just go back. Yeah, I know we're dealing with arthritis today, but they're all interconnected and interdependent, all of these. And that follows the last question you asked, if we progress on to all the other parts of medical conditions. Menopausal system is actually, yeah, this is only relevant to women, but men are also involved, because if our wives, our sister, our mother, they are not in good shape, we're not going to be in good shape. The house will not be at peace, right? So it affects men as the same way as it affects women. That's the reality of it. Now, menopause, what is it? There's one thing I like the audience to understand. From the medical standpoint, it is not a disease to go through menopause. It is not a sign of aging. It is not a sign of weakness. It is not a sign, it is not a negative sign as far as the women are concerned. It doesn't undermine your beauty. It doesn't undermine your character. No, none of that at all. Just imagine the pre-puberty period when you were 8, 9, 10 years old, 11 years old, before you start having your period. Then you have this period from the age of 10, 11, 12, all the way to when you were 40, maybe early 50 or mid 50, up to that point in time. What is a cycle that God has created for a woman to be able to produce children. And any egg that had not been fertilized, they are processed throughout the whole system. And that's why your monthly cycle, yeah, actually occurred. That's what it is. So it's a way of purification of the body system of the women, so that it clears out the whole system, the impurity that will impede the process of pregnancy, right? That's what it is. So those eggs that will not fertilize through the monthly discharge, it flushes out of the body. It's amazing how God had actually designed the system, right? It is one of the, as one of my professors defined it at the medical school, he said, our body is the most intricate, so complex machine of the whole universe. It's incredible. Just imagine we don't have roots and we're growing every day. We don't have this, and it's just unimaginable. But we take a lot of things for granted. Just imagine you have 75 plus trillion cells, even up to 80 cells. And these cells are communicating nanosecond, which means over 1 million times per second. They're communicating, they're managing, they're processing, they are regulating the whole body function. Can you imagine that? Within a second, 1 million times, all these are happening in your body. Isn't that incredible? Now, the premenopause is nothing for you to worry about at all. Nothing. Sometimes some of the impact is as a result of the way you've actually considered this situation. Because when you're already frightened and that affects your whole body, just rest. The premenopause is the hot and flush that occurred. We're going to do a particular subject on this on its own. It's hot and flush that is a metabolic reaction in the whole body, your hormonal changes and everything else that brings about hot, cold, and all the flushing that happens at the same time. Premenopause is when you're still going through your menstrual cycle on a monthly basis, you're experiencing these signs. That's what it is. Okay. Whereas if you are really in the time of your menopause, you don't have your menstrual cycles anymore. For some women, they have both pre, during, and post. For those who are referring to pre-menopause, is they see going through their menopausal situation and the menstrual situation, they see having their monthly period, then the menopause comes early. For some women, that happens. There is no scientific discovery at this point in time that suggests why that is the case, but that's the reality. But what I want you to be comfortable with, it could happen either the premenopause or during the real menopause, then the post. What then happens is it, when you go through the premenopause, you still go through your menstrual cycle and you're also receiving the hot and flush at the same time. And during the time, that could phase away, right? It's not something you need to be agitated for. But when the menopause proper actually kicks in, which means you're no longer going through the menstrual cycle at all. But this is the good news. Those changes that take place empowers the women and they get better and stronger. Even their sexual life actually improve post-menopause. So,
Okay, Doctor, sorry to interrupt you.
mm,
I'm concerned about the time. I think, like you said, we agreed we're going to have a proper show on menopause,
mhm.
so there will be more discussion. But to the lady that sent this request, all the doctors just trying to say is that whatever all the symptoms you are getting are normal, and it's nothing for you to worry about. The frequent flow of of the menses when it's already stopped and then it comes back again, it's just part of the premenopausal stage. So it's to be expected. There's nothing for you to worry about.
Very good.
It's just yeah.
Also, Cleopraxis, we also have some remedy, some natural intervention that can help to support that particular uh, condition. Yeah, you can reach out to me. Yeah, you got my detail. You can reach out to me one-on-one. Then we can discuss that in terms of
Yeah.
consultative capacity in the process.
Okay.
Yeah, we have solution for that can help you to manage it more, fluently and efficiently in the process without going through all the pains that a lot of women actually go through. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we can continue now with the rest of the slides, and then I'll ask the other questions that have been sent.
Okay. The other one, I mean, it's all about what people consider to be myths and what is actually the reality of it. For the first one, he said to you, only older people suffer from arthritis. The reality is it could affect. I have some client in their teens suffering from menopause. Arthritis. It all depends. It's not. That's a myth. That is only older people. People suffering from arthritis can't exercise. That is also a myth. Of course, you can. Exercise is not just about going to the gym. It's all about physical exercise. Yeah, physical activity. Walking is one of those in the process. Even in your own bedroom during the time of COVID, you may have remembered that veteran Thomas, who was actually running around his own garden, right? These are all part of the exercise you can engage in. Don't have to go to the gym. Don't pay only full membership and everything else. The other one is say when joint uh, signals
Symptoms start, you
symptoms
should
start.
wait to see if they go away.
Now, they will not go away. You have to take active step. You have to take preventative step. You have to take exercise. You need to consult your doctor. You need to come to me. Then I could give you what is actually plausible and good for your own body and your own self. What's the next one there, Cleopatra?
Being overweight or obese is not a factor, but it
Yeah,
says the excessive weight can lead to osteoarthritis
of
of the
course,
hip or knee.
weight is a major factor. And to reduce weight, it had to be the food, the content, and other lifestyle activity that you engage in. I think you can move on to the next slides actually, because that really covered most of the thing that
Okay.
is actually on the right hand side. Right, living with arthritis and empowering yourself. How can you maintain your happiness? How can you maintain that you belong the freedom and the empowerment that you actually required? Well, when you take some of the things that we have just mentioned in terms of interventions, but what I want to focus on now, we at School of BioNatural, we have natural intervention that really have supported many of our clients all over the world. We have supported tens and tens of hundreds of clients in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years, in the last 12 months. And we are confident we can support you as well in the process. As I said, this particular presentation is not designed to make, I'm not selling anything. I'm just giving you specific information that you can use to explore. But on a one-to-one, one-on-one, you can actually get my detail from this particular platform. Then we can go for a consultations in the process, and we can kick in something that can give you that empowerment, the freedom, and the happiness you desire coping with the condition of arthritis. So, on the basis of that, Cleopatra, I mean, this is what I have given to the audience, and I'm sure they find it very useful. That's my email. They can reach me at any point in time, or they can send the email to you. Then we will deal with the individual according to their own needs and their own
Yeah.
specific condition. But what I
Yeah.
do want to say is that yes, we have products that can deal with all of this, and this product do not work against any recommendation that is being given by your GP. If your GP, whether they're giving you what is called non-steroid or the steroid, our own traditional, our recommendation, our product work in consistency with any, because what our product does, it optimizes your cells because it's a cell that made the unit part of the body. So rather than you having to need about 10 units of that particular drug, you only need five. It's going to be more effective in conjunction with natural based product. And these products are available to us from our shop, from our clinic, and we can have this one discussed with you in your own time, individually when you made that call. Or whether it's a menopausal, whether it's arthritis, whether it's diabetes, we deal with what is called foundational health. Any medical condition that you have, we have, we believe that our doctor have solution for you in any condition, in any region, in any country you live, whether it's a skin disease, whether it's stomach pain, whether it's arthritis, whether it is diabetes, whether it's obesity, we have anything that contribute to the solution of that particular program because we deal with A to Z medical condition, the foundational solution to the human
Okay.
health.
Okay. There are quite a few questions that I already have here, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to cut it really short then because of time. And if the answers can be a bit more succinct, then I can ask more of the
No
questions. But
problem.
one of them is you often talk about this redox signaling, and I talked about it during your introduction. It's redox signaling and cellular health. How does that relate to arthritis? Because I know
Okay.
you talked about the fact that the cells in our body as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cellular health, or what I call molecular physiology. What cellular health does is that everybody that lives on the planet today, 8 billion people, they live with over 8, 70, 80 billion cells. If your cells become dysfunctional, then there's nothing in life itself. So our aim is to make sure all your cells are working to full capacity. When your cells are working to full capacity, you have your immune system optimized, you have your cardiovascular, you reduce inflammation, your digestive system is good, everything is good. It's all about empowering the body, resourcing the body to be able to produce. That's what cellular health is all about.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we have the product to optimize to help you to process these cells so that they can work to optimal capacity. Proven clinical research through different universities and clinical laboratories. No
Okay.
chemical included. They have no chemical, and they work with other chemical recommended by your physician. So they help, they support, and they work together. And that's why our clinic is called Integrative Medicine Clinic.
Okay, thank you very much. So, first of all, I want to say a big thank you for tonight. Next week, my royals, next week, we are going to have another show with the doctor. This time, he's going to actually present these um, solutions that are, what's it called? They are not harmful in any way. They are organic and they are more in line with your body and help actually. They are scientifically proven to actually cause healing to your body without having to even go through all the steroids and everything else. So next week we're gonna present these products. So I think for those of my royals who are going through this, or if you know somebody that's going through arthritis, tell them to come back next week because we're going to have these products and they are all holistic. They are just absolutely amazing products that will be a blessing. So come back next week for them. Doctor, I just want to say a big thank you tonight for this because I know quite a lot of people who are going through this, and this has been very, very insightful. Um, Mercy, you talked about the menopause symptoms. So is it not true that menopause symptoms is different in Afro-Caribbean women, or also up to 57 symptoms? Please hold that thought because we are going to have a show on menopause. Okay, we're gonna have a show on menopause. So all the questions that everybody has on menopause, and it's not just a women's show for the benefit of the gentlemen here, because you have ladies in your life, whether it's your mother, your sister, your wives, and so on, your daughters. So you also need to be informed about it so that you know what to expect when they're going through that phase of life. So I would encourage everyone to come back when we have that show on menopause, but that's going to be in November. By the grace of God, it will be in November. But next week we're going to have a show on this particular subject again. But it's not this medications or these treatments. They are not just for arthritis. They actually cover hundreds of ailments. So you are more or less
A
killing
to Z, Cleopatra, A to
exactly
Z.
A to Z. Yeah, you're killing so many birds with just one stone, right? So you can imagine what that will save. You will save your time, save money, save everything. All right. So you really need to come back. So thank you so much, Doctor, for this insightful, enlightening topic, right? And all the things you have said. So living with arthritis can be emotionally and physically draining, obviously. How can people, living with this stay positive and motivated? the doctor has already spoken about how you can do that. Now, the only thing I was going to I was going to ask also was, how can your clinic, the BioNatural and Wellness Clinic, help people to regain not just their physical health but also their sense of control and confidence, um, with
Well,
with this arthritis?
very good question. And everything you do in life is all about taking action. It's not about having the knowledge, it's not about having the information, it's all about the action you take. You got all my details in there, info at School of Bionatural. That's what we are. And you got our website in there. Or you can just send me a message, or you can leave my phone in there. People can contact me. My phone is a work phone, right? I use it for my work. I use it to assist thousands of my clients all over the world. And my mandate, I'm not here for profit. I made my profit 20, 30 years ago. Now it's for humanity. Yes, you pay me for the service I provide, but everything is all about three P's. What are the P? P number one, people. P number two, purpose. And P number three is personal. So PPP. I have a
Okay.
purpose to pursue. I have the principle to be able to observe, and I have personal tailor-made solution to every single person, so that you will have your three C's: custody of your own health, command and control of your own well-being.
Okay, amazing, amazing. I'm still getting questions about Mercy saying, would you would like to explore the difference between natural plant remedies as opposed to Radox? Um, I guess we can talk about that next week when we have that show on all the on the products that
Yeah,
the product line.
yeah.
Then this question, Mercy, the questions you've asked, they are all absolutely wonderful questions. So please just copy them, just so you don't forget. Copy them and paste them somewhere. We will talk about these questions when next we meet. For those like the menopause one, please keep that as well. And then this one about the natural plant remedies as opposed to Radox. I'm looking at the time. I didn't want us to spend more than 1 hour, even though I had so many questions here. But as time goes on, anyway, the doctor will be coming in once a month to address different topics like this menopause, andropause, because a lot of men don't know that there's what they call andropause, which is the male version of menopause. Okay. So he's going to come and talk about that as well. Okay. So, something to really, there's so many things we're going to be talking about. So, this is why, we need you to please support this channel, because we're not just here, we're here really to help empower your life, empower our lives, and make us better versions of ourselves, not just physically or intellectually, but also mentally and medically, be healthier. So, please support this channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please, if you found this discussion helpful, don't stop there. Take charge of your health. Schedule checkups with your doctor. Make some small lifestyle adjustments, and also stay informed. If you want to learn more about Dr. Sonny's work and the London BioNatural and Wellness Clinic, you can, contact me, and I'll send you all his details, and then you can reach out to him personally. Like he said, it's not like he's not looking, it's not about the money, it's about trying actually to be a blessing, right, to you, because remember that your health is your greatest investment. Okay, you cannot go wrong by investing on your health. So Dr. Ahonsi, thank you so much for sharing your time and wisdom and expertise with us today. And to our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're coming back to watch this as a replay, please watch it to the end. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and help me reach my 1,000 mark before December comes to an end, so YouTube can just get off my case. And guys, stay connected. Please stay active, stay hopeful, because wellness is not just the absence of illness, it is the presence of vitality, balance, and empowered living. Guys, until next time, please take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones. Doctor, thank you so much once again, for coming. And I look forward to seeing you next week by the grace of God. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Be empowered, you guys. I love you so much for joining today. Thank you so much. God bless you. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
Empower life with Cleopatra. Awaken the best version of you. to rise and shine. Empower life with Cleopatra, awaken the best version of you. Your journey starts today. You've got one life to live. Love yourself, be kind to others, break free and let your spirit soar. Empower life with Cleopatra will help you awaken the best version of you.